Hello, friends, and welcome back to TJKidz Super Fun Stories, where imagination becomes reality. Let's see, the Gourmet Vulture. Okay, that sounds interesting. I thought vultures eat dead animals. What's going on here? Well, this adventure takes us high above the ground, right into the middle of a vulture flock. And one vulture in particular that has some very unusual eating habits. So, grab a comfy spot, get cozy, and join me for this adventure. The Gourmet Vulture. Victor Vulture perched on a lifeless old tree with the rest of his flock, the branches stretching out like bony fingers. Below them, a skunk waddled across the field, nibbling on some bright white berries that definitely weren't meant for snacking. "All right, gang, look alert," Eddie said. Eddie was the lead vulture, and he always acted like he was in charge of a fancy restaurant. "Looks like we're eating fresh tonight." Another vulture chuckled. "I give this skunk about 2 hours till he drops. He lived a good life. Now, time to rest. In pieces." The flock all burst into laughter. But Victor didn't laugh. He didn't even smile. He looked at the skunk, then at the vultures, then at the sky, wishing he were somewhere else. Why in the world would he want to eat a dead skunk? He didn't even want to be anywhere near a live skunk. He whispered to himself, "That's so gross." Not quite as gross as the raccoon carcass they'd shared last night. A mushy, rubber-flavored disaster that still made his stomach twist. Victor didn't like roadkill. Not one bit. It always tasted like sour meat with a hint of pavement. Victor wasn't like the other vultures. He didn't want to eat dead animals. He didn't want to sit in a tree waiting for something unfortunate to happen. He didn't want to laugh about it. "Come on, Victor, get up here," Eddie said. "We're about to eat warm and fresh, straight from nature's kitchen. You can't live off fruits and berries forever, you know." "Well, I'm trying," Victor replied. The vultures shook their heads. "You've got nature's buffet right in front of you, but you would rather make things hard by scrounging for fruits and berries," one of them said. "You keep eating that stuff, you may accidentally eat some poison berries and end up like our soon-to-be dinner skunk friend here." "We're doing nature a favor," Eddie said. "We prevent disease. We clean up the mess. It's the circle of life." Victor understood all of that. He really did. But he couldn't bring himself to enjoy it. He wanted something different, something fresh, something flavorful, something beautiful. He just didn't know what that meant yet. One afternoon, the flock perched on the roof of a vegetarian restaurant called the Green Spoon. The smell drifting out of the kitchen made Victor's feathers tingle. Warm spices, fresh herbs, something sizzling, something roasting, something magical. Victor hopped into a nearby tree and watched through the window. A chef moved around the kitchen with incredible skill, chopping vegetables, stirring pots, sprinkling spices like she was painting a masterpiece. Victor whispered, "Now that's what food should be." He came back the next day, and the next, and the next. He watched the chef mix ingredients, taste sauces, and plate dishes so beautiful they looked like art and smelled irresistible. After a few days of visiting, perched on the same branch, the chef had noticed him. She stepped outside with a small bowl. "You've been watching me all week," she said. "You hungry, little guy?" Victor hesitated and slowly nodded his head. She placed the bowl on the ground. "This is my new recipe, roasted carrot and sweet potato medley with a honey ginger glaze." Victor took a bite. His world changed in that moment, the flavor exploding across his tongue like nothing he'd ever tasted. Sweet, warm, comforting. He felt like he was floating. This is incredible," Victor said. The chef laughed. "Glad you like it," she said. From that day on, she let Victor inside to watch her cook. She explained ingredients. She showed him how to mix spices. She even let him taste new dishes before anyone else. Victor learned fast. He practiced in the woods, mixing berries with herbs, nuts with leaves, and roots with spices he found near the restaurant's compost bin. One evening, he returned to the flock, carrying a small bowl made of leaves. Eddie sniffed it. "What's this supposed to be? Doesn't look dead." Victor responded, "I present you roasted beet and berry salad with a citrus drizzle." The vultures stared with their jaws dropped. "You gotta be kidding me," Eddie laughed. "You call that pile of leaves food? Oh, I gotta try this." Eddie took a bite. The flavor hit, and his whole world snapped open in an instant. "This is good," Eddie said. He gobbled up some more. The other vultures crowded around. Soon they were all taking bites, licking the bowl clean. Victor smiled. "There's more where that came from." Word of Victor's homemade dishes spread quickly. Vultures from all over the valley flew in to try Victor's creations. He opened a tiny shop in a hollowed-out log and called it Victor's Vulture Veggie Cafe. He served dishes like the Berry Burst Delight, the No Roadkill Roll-Up, Sunset Soup Surprise, and Carrot Crunch Casserole. And for the vultures who still brought him roadkill, he didn't judge. He simply said, "Let me fix that right up," and added herbs, spices, and fresh vegetables until even the pickiest vultures said, "Hey, this isn't bad." Victor became famous, the first vegetarian vulture chef in the valley. When food was scarce, he made big pots of vegetable stew and fed the whole flock. When someone brought him something truly awful, he turned it into something edible. The flock no longer laughed at him. They admired him. One evening, Eddie flew over, perched next to Victor, and said, Victor, you've changed everything. You're not just a vulture. You're the Gourmet Vulture. Victor felt proud, not because he was different, but because he stayed true to who he was. The end. And that is the end of our story, friends. I'm so glad that Victor found a way to follow his heart and still help his flock. He discovered that being different can lead to something wonderful. And that leads me to a moral I learned from today's story. When you stay true to who you are, you might just inspire others along the way. And maybe also, don't judge a book by its cover. The vultures just assumed that Victor's food wouldn't taste good. But when they tried it, they found out how wrong they were. What did you learn? Well, that's it for today, friends. Thanks for tuning in. See you on the next one. Toodles!